Hello my friends. In my last video lecture, what I have discussed doublet function and its properties. Now let us continue the same topic, doublet function and its properties. See, I have covered what is a doublet function, how to define a doublet function. That means impulse function and doublet function. What is the difference between these two functions? That means impulse function is del t, doublet function is del dash t. Del dash t is nothing but a derivative of del t. Derivative of impulse is nothing but known as doublet function. That also I have discussed. Also I have told the definition of a doublet function. That means if you consider del dash t, how to define it? It is equal to minus infinity and plus infinity at t is equal to 0 and it is equal to 0 at t is not equal to 0. It is basically the definition of unit doublet function. And remember, area under this unit doublet function minus infinity del dash t dt, that is equal to 0. Why? Because this doublet function is always an odd function, and whenever you are seeing any odd function and you are integrating from minus infinity to plus infinity, definitely the value will be equal to 0. Any odd function you have, suppose sin t integration minus infinity to infinity dt, that is equal to 0. Any odd function you have, suppose a t integration minus infinity to infinity dt, that is equal to 0, because t is odd function. If you plot t is this, so this is an odd function. Any odd function you have to integrate from minus infinity to infinity, the value will be equal to 0. Why? Because the area under the curve, this is positive area, this is your negative area, negative side area. So therefore total area is equal to 0. What is the meaning of integration? Integration is nothing but area under the curve. From what to what? You have to put the limit from here, you are putting the limit from minus infinity to infinity. So therefore from minus infinity to infinity, the area under the curve, that we are evaluating. So if the function is odd function, definitely the area under the curve from minus infinity to infinity must be equal to 0. Since this del dash t is an odd signal, so therefore area under that curve, that means del dash t is equal to 0. Understood? So now see, so this is the definition and how to represent graphically. Also I have told graphical representation of this doublet function. That means you can show in this manner. This is nothing but, you can say, the doublet function del dash t. At origin, this is a, you can say, infinity, this is your minus infinity. Actually height tending towards infinite, and also area is minus infinity. In this case I have told tends to minus infinite, not exactly minus infinite. This is here area is plus infinite, here area is minus infinite, not exactly, but these values are tending towards infinite, or you can, and tending towards minus infinite, you can see. Understood? Okay. Now see, so these are this is the definition of a doublet function, and how to sketch this doublet function also I have told, and area under this doublet function is equal to 0. Also I have discussed three important properties of these doublet functions. That means you just mark one of the property you can get from, this is one of the property you can say, and also one property for doublet function is an odd function, del dash minus t is equal to minus del dash t. This is first property you can say. Another property you can say, this integration minus infinity to infinity del dash t dt is always equal to 0. This is second property. Other property I have discussed, that is your product property, which is very important. That means whenever you are having a signal xt, suppose you are having a signal xt and you are multiplying this xt with del dash t, and what result you want to get, you will get. So that means you can say this is nothing but x of 0 del dash t minus x dash 0 then del t. So this is your product rule, or you can say this is nothing but a product property of this del dash t or doublet function. Okay. So these three properties I have discussed. Now let me extend other properties of this doublet function. See, so here one of the most important things is just see, minus infinity to infinity del dash t dt is equal to 0. In place of t, if you use t minus t0, suppose this del dash t shifted to t0, right shifted to t0, then what this integration will result? It is very simple. That means minus infinity to infinity del dash t minus t naught dt is equal to what? So see, this will be also 0. Why? Because whatever the odd function you just consider, and the odd function is shifted to any point on the time axis, there is no problem. total area must be equal to 0. That means positive area cancels with negative area and you will find the total area will be equal to 0. See, suppose you are having this graph. Now this is an odd function. Now what is the total area? Total area you can say 0. Positive area, negative area cancel. Now if you shift this to this location, suppose this is the location you are shifting the signal. See here. Now what is the total area? See here. What is the total area? Now total area is also equal to 0. Here you are shifting this signal towards right. Now what is the total area? Total area, positive area, negative area cancel. Same positive area, same negative area you will find and total area will be equal to 0. So what does it mean? That means any odd function, you just shift any point on the time scale or time axis, then total area will be equal to 0. So therefore, if you shift this doublet function, because doublet function is an odd function, if you shift this doublet function and integrate from minus infinity to infinity, then the area will be equal to 0. Okay. So this you can say another property. Actually this is the extension of this property. In place of t, actually this function you are shifting. So therefore, you are getting this result. Okay. Now, also here, if you use del dash t minus t0, that means see this product property xt del dash t minus t0. What you will find? There is no problem. Here x of 0, here it is x of t0. Then del dash t minus t0 minus x dash 0, then not x dash 0, this is x dash t0, then del t minus t0. See here. See here. Very simple. That means here this is del dash t minus 0 you can write. So therefore this is x of 0. Del dash t minus t0. So therefore it is x of t0. Try to understand. So this you can say another property. Now this is right shifting. Similarly you can use for left shifting. That means here you just mark integration minus infinity to infinity del dash t plus t0 dt is equal to 0. Similarly here you can say xt del dash t plus t0 is equal to x of minus t0 del dash t plus t0 minus x dash minus t0 del of t plus t0. See. So now these are very important properties. Try to understand. So this is one of the property, you can say one property, this is second property, this is third property, this is fourth property, this is fifth property, this is sixth property, this is seventh property. In this way you can have many properties of this del dash t. That means you can say this doublet function. Okay. Now another important property let me cover, which is very important. So now see this property, try to understand many questions you will find from this property. This is very important property. Try to understand this property. What is this property? T del dash t is equal to minus del t. See here, very important. This is very important. T del dash t is equal to minus del t. Actually, this result you can get from product property. This result you can get from product property. But you have to remember this result because maximum time you can use this result when you solve questions based on this del dash t. Okay. So now see what you have to do here. It is very simple. Try to understand. So देखो let. So left side LHS ले लो. What is LHS? T del dash t. Now you have to use product property. What is the product property? What is the product property? See xt del dash t is equal to x of 0 del dash t minus x dash 0 then del t. This is your product property. Now you have to use here. So that is equal to xt. Here actually x of 0. Xt is t. X of 0 is what? 0. That means 0 into del dash t. Del dash t minus x dash 0. See, if you differentiate this t, actually xt is equal to what? T here. Now x dash t is equal to what? 1 here. That means 1 into this is what? Del t. So this is 0 minus del t. That means you will find the result minus del t. Very simple proof you are having. This is your RHS. So t del dash t is equal to minus del t. Understood? T del dash t will be equal to minus del t. Okay. This is another important property and this is very important property you can say. This property is very important. Very important. T del dash t is equal to minus del t. Okay. Now see another property let me cover. Okay. So from this you can have idea. So suppose you want to ask t square del dash t, nothing, you can write this is t into t del dash t. वेरी सिंपल. देखो ये अगर क्वेश्चन है तो इसको कैसे सॉल्व किया जाता है, टी स्क्वायर डेल डैश टी, टी इंटू टी डेल डैश टी. नाउ टी डेल डैश टी इज इक्वल टू व्हाट, टी इंटू टी डेल डैश टी. टी डेल डैश टी इज माइनस डेल टी. Understood? This is your minus t del t, and you know xt del t, this is x of 0 del t. Xt del t, you know xt del t, this is the property of product property of impulse. This is your x of 0 del t. Now what is your x of 0? Xt is t here, x of 0 is 0. The answer is 0. T square del dash t, the answer is 0. Understood? How you can able to solve the question? Very simple. Okay. Now let me discuss another important property, that is your scaling property in case of this del dash t, that means doublet function. See here, what is scaling property? Del dash kt, or you can say at, whatever, del dash at, del dash at, that is equal to 1 by a into a mod, 1 by a into a mod, then del dash t. See here, very important, very important. Okay. So in case of your impulse, del at is equal to 1 by mod a del t, but here 1 by a mod a, then del dash t. Now how to prove this? How to prove this? This you can prove from this. Already you have got this property. Now देखो proof कैसे होगा, देखो proof बहुत आसान है. Now t del dash t is equal to minus del t. In place of t put और replace, t को replace करो 80 से. अगर t को 80 से replace करोगे, if you replace t by 80, then what will find? 80 del dash 80 is equal to minus del 80. Understood? समझ में आ गया? Now ये क्या होगा? Which implies 80 del dash 80. See here is equal to del 80 1 by mod a del t minus 1 by mod a, because minus sign was there already, then del t. See here what we are doing. Now see, what is your aim? Your aim is to find out del dash at t. Your aim is to find out del dash at t. See here, t del dash at t, इसको यहाँ पर रखो, t del dash at t, t del dash at t, a को इस उस तरफ ले लो, minus 1 by a mod a del t. See here, very interesting. Now what you have to do? Your aim is to find out del dash at t, which implies, यहाँ पे मैं कर लेता हूँ del dash at t, देखो ध्यान से, is equal to minus 1 by a mod a, then del t by t, del t by t. ध्यान से देखो यहाँ minus del t by t is equal to what? Del dash t. यहाँ से क्या मिलेगा? Minus del t by t is equal to del dash t. अरे क्लियर है ना? Del dash t is equal to minus del t by t. Del dash t is equal to minus del t by t. So in place of minus del t by t, देखो ध्यान से, minus del t by t, you can use del dash t, which implies del dash at t is equal to 1 by a mod a, because minus के साथ minus del t by t, that is equal to del dash t. This also you can use this equation. Understood? Now prove हो गया. So this is known as a scaling property in case of your doublet function. Del dash at t is equal to 1 by a mod a del dash t. समझ में आ रहा है? Clear or not? Okay. So now these two properties are very important. So what I have discussed in this class, that means many properties I have told. Combining this property, let me summarize first, then I will discuss in the next video class other properties of this del dash t, that means doublet function. So what are the property? First property, del dash t, del dash minus t is equal to minus del dash t. That means you can say doublet function is an odd function. Doublet function is an odd function. Second property, integration minus infinity to infinity del dash t dt is equal to 0. Why? Because since it is an odd function, definitely the area under the curve from minus infinity to infinity must be equal to 0. Must be equal to 0. Okay. So next product property I have told. So xt into del dash t, that is equal to x of 0 del dash t minus x dash 0 del t. This is known as product property. Now here you can use shifting property, that means infinity to minus infinity to infinity del dash t, suppose plus or minus t0, directly I am writing dt is equal to 0. I have told if you shift the signal, there is no change in area. Area must be equal to 0. Next you see xt del dash t plus or minus t0 product property, that is equal to x of 0 del dash t plus or minus t0, not x of 0. This is x of minus or plus t0. Why? Because if you take plus, ध्यान से देखो x of minus or plus t0, then del dash t plus or minus t0. Why? Because if you take plus, it is minus. If you take minus, it is plus. I have discussed minus x dash minus or plus t0, then del t plus or minus t0. ये प्रॉपर्टी डायरेक्टली मैं कंबाइन लिख दिया, प्लस के लिए माइनस के लिए. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? नाउ सी, so another important property I have discussed, that is your t del dash t. T del dash t. This is your minus del t. Very important. T del dash t minus del t. Understood or not? और एक प्रॉपर्टी अभी मैं कवर किया. This is your scaling property, del dash at t is equal to 1 by a mod a. This is your del dash t. This is your del dash t. Now इसमें भी शिफ्टिंग लगा सकते हो, इसमें भी शिफ्टिंग लगा सकते हो, यानी कि t del dash t माइनस t0 इज इक्वल टू माइनस del t माइनस t0. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? इसमें भी शिफ्टिंग लगा सकते हो, t del dash t माइनस t0 इज इक्वल टू माइनस ऑफ del t माइनस t0. अंडरस्टूड? समझ में आ गया? ये सारे प्रॉपर्टीज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट प्रॉपर्टीज है, इसको याद रखना बहुत जरूरी है. इफ यू रिमेंबर दिस, पहले तो पता होना चाहिए कैसे मिला. आफ्टर ऑल देन यू हैव टू रिमेंबर इट so that you can solve the questions. I will solve many questions based on this. So whenever the questions will be solved, at that time you have to apply these properties to get the result very quickly. Okay? Thank you. एक काम कीजिएगा, मेरा जो चैनल है उसको प्लीज सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिएगा एंड लाइक कर दीजिएगा, एंड इट मस्ट बी शेयर्ड अमंग ऑल योर फ्रेंड्स so that every students will be get benefited. Okay? Thank you.